Hey everyone, welcome to EduTap. This is Deeksha and today we are going to cover a very important government scheme for examinations such as RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A, SEBI Grade A or UPSC examination. In fact, any government examination that you are preparing for. And how are we saying this? So basically, if any old scheme, it has been in news for past 1 year, or if any new scheme has been recently launched, such schemes, they are considered important from the examination point of view, and one such scheme that we are going to cover today is Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme, in short MPLADS, whatever you want to say, that we are going to cover today. But before that, to our new audience, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of every lecture that we provide on YouTube, and the link to our Telegram channel, it is given below in the description box. Alright, so let's start with the scheme. See, every state, it has its chief minister and it has its cabinet, right? And the work of them, it is to look after the development needs of the state. But no matter how much they try, there are some areas are left behind where this development, it is not up to that mark, right? So to tackle up with this problem, the government came up with this scheme and it decided that the MP, basically the member of parliament of either could be of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Now the responsibility have been given to them that they would look after the local needs of the people so that there is a wholesome development of the state, and this is what the scheme is all about. So we'll start with something basics, right? These are the one-liners that are asked directly in your examination, starting with the launch year, right? So the launch year of this particular scheme, it is 1993, right? With the nodal ministry, all right? So the nodal ministry, nodal means basically any ministry that is responsible for all the rules and frameworks and regulation that are related to that particular scheme or program, all right? So nodal ministry here, it is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. The type of scheme which it is a center sector scheme. What is a center sector scheme? So basically, if any scheme, it is fully or 100% funded by the central government, it is known as center sector scheme, right? So this scheme, it was launched with an objective to develop an area according to the local needs. So what does it mean? So see, basically the needs of an area, it changes accordingly, right? For example, in some areas, the need of the hour, it could be the establishment of internet towers or Wi-Fi, right? While in some other areas, the basic needs are still about the sanitation facilities or about the schools and hospitals, right? So to work accordingly, to tackle the challenges according to that particular area, this scheme was launched for the wholesome development. I hope this is clear to you all. Now what we will do, we'll look at the key features of this scheme and we'll go one by one what are the important key features, starting with the annual funds. See, I said that the central government, it would fund the scheme. Alright, so how much will be given? It would be 5 crore per MP. Right, and this would be given in 2 installments. Basically, what does it mean? 2.5 crore it will be given at one time, and then 2.5 crore will be given in the second installment, right? And how this annual funds, it will be distributed? See, annual here means every year, every financial year this will be given, and the distribution of this money would be at least 15% of this amount. It should be used in such areas where scheduled caste population is more, right? And 7.5% of this annual fund, it should be used in such areas where scheduled tribe population is more, right? So this is how the distribution of this fund should be, that at least such and such person, that is the 15%, and 7.5% should be used in these areas only, that is the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe respectively. Coming with the area selection, so how it would be decided that which MP will work where? So basically, the elected members of Lok Sabha, they would work in their local constituency. From wherever they have been elected, they would work there. That is for the elected Lok Sabha members. Now coming to the elected Rajya Sabha members. So basically they can choose any constituency in the state from where they have been elected, right? So this is for elected Rajya Sabha members. Now for the nominated members of both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, right? So for them, they can choose anywhere in the country. That is the liberty that is given to them because they are nominated. They do not belong to a particular constituency, right? So that is why they can choose anywhere, any constituency here in India, right? So that is for the area selection. Now we will look at how this scheme it is implemented, right? So what happened, basically MP first he will write a letter to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, which is the nodal ministry of it, about the area he wants to work at. Now if that is approved, then 5 crore shall be released by the government of India to district authority. See, here's a twist in that 5 crore they would not be directly given to the MP but rather to the district authority, and then the DM will decide that how much money it should be allocated in which areas, and obviously according to what the MP suggests, that would be according to that. Then what happens, now MP will write another letter to the DM about the eligible work that can be done in the local area, right? Now there are two cases that can exist. First is DM, he likes the idea, right? So in such cases, within 75 days, the DM, he have to identify the implementing agency which would work for that particular cause, right? But if the DM, he does not like the idea of MP, so he has to within 45 days reply to the MP that due to so and so reason, we feel like that this work is not workable, right? Or this particular suggestion, it does not work, right? So if everything goes well, then what would happen? Then funds pooling would happen. What does it mean? So say basically if there is a standalone program or a scheme that is already going on that particular area which somehow resembles to what MP had suggested, then in such conditions both the programs or the schemes, they would converge and they would work as a unit, right? And in such cases what would happen, the funds from that pre-existing scheme or program, they would be utilized first, and once they are used up, then funds would be released under this scheme, right, for that particular task, and that is what is funds pooling. Now there is one more thing that you should keep in mind, that this particular amount, the annual fund that is given, that is non-lapsable. Now what does it mean? So see, basically, right, what we are going to do, we will look at what is non-lapsable. So see, 5 crore it is given this year, and imagine only, or you can assume, consider only 3 crore were used. So how much is left? 2 crore, right? Now next year again the MP, he would get 5 crore, right? So what would happen, this 5 crore will be added with the previous amount, and now for this year 7 crore is there with the MP. So what does it mean? What does non-lapsable mean? So the money that when the money keeps on adding to the next financial year, that is known as what? That is known as non-lapsable, right? So now we will look at that, why did we study this scheme, right? So there must be something in news, right? So the news, it says Union Cabinet brings back MPLADS scheme. So what does it mean? So basically, see, due to COVID reason, right? So due to COVID for 2 financial year, that is financial year 2020-21 and financial year 2021, the scheme was kept on a hold. Why? Because the money that is used under this scheme, so that money could be used for the COVID relief. But now when it is now November 21, we are still under this financial year, the government feels like that it is pretty much recovering from the losses due to COVID, and that is why they have decided to resume this particular scheme now in November 21. Now what happened in this for this financial year, as half of it has already gone, right? So for this financial year only 2 crore it will be given to MP instead of 5 crore that is usually given, and then from the next financial year 5 crore that will be given, that is what under the scheme only, right? So for this financial year it is 2 crore, and the scheme, it has been resumed, right, after this COVID situation. Now what we will do, we'll have a quick revision of everything that that we have studied to look at how much do you retain, right? So we'll start with the basic things. The launch year of this scheme, it is 1993, and the nodal ministry, it is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. The type of scheme, it is center sectoral or center sector scheme, right? The scheme, it was launched with an objective to develop an area according to the local needs. What are the annual funds? It is 5 crore per MP per year, right? Annual means per year. Coming to the area selection for the elected Lok Sabha, they have to work on their local constituency. For the elected Rajya Sabha member, they can choose any constituency in the from the state they have been elected, right? And for the nominated members of both Lok Sabha as well as for Rajya Sabha, they can choose anywhere in India, right? So that was all about the summary of this particular scheme. Now there's a homework for you all right? So you have to comment down below and you have to tell me that what is the name of the local Lok Sabha constituency of our Prime Minister, all right? So whoever gives me the right answer, I'll give shout out to them in my next session. That is for sure. And yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope it was fruitful for you all. If you have any doubt, comment down below. I'll definitely reply to them. And we'll meet again with such schemes that are important from the examination point of view. Until then, all the very best for your examination. Keep studying. Thank you.